Hi everyone, welcome to Straight from the Divine Tarot. We're Sunday, March 30th, 2025. I'm here to do a collective read for you. As you know, it's a timeless read. I don't use the signs, I don't use the genders because it's all energy anyway. So the way to know if this is your reading is through the description of the characters as well as the storyline. So take what applies, toss the rest, don't try to make things fit. If it doesn't, it is not advisable. You could change the genders of the roles as you need to throughout the read. That is not a problem. But remember, this is a general collective reading. It is not a personal reading for you, okay? There's thousands of people here. There's thousands of different energies. Please, 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 if you do not already know of the topic and or you're aware of it, then leave it alone. It belongs to someone else, okay? Maybe go look at other reads that I've posted and or the next one might be yours. But please don't take on other people's problems and or hardships, okay? It's not advisable. Use your higher wisdom and discernment. I'll bring out the tarot cards. I'll give you the description of the cards as well as what I'm picking up intuitively. You know your story best. It could be all the descriptions, some one and or none, as I stated. And then we bring it together at the end. Thank you for being here. I love you guys so very much. I hope you had a great weekend. We have a special visitor here today. We have Archangel Uriel. So we'll see why he's here. Obviously, he's here for a reason, to deliver a message, maybe, I don't know. But he sends us love. Let's see where we're going to go with this. Spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors of the white light. What's the message for the collective at this hour? What would you like to discuss? Egg on their face. Ashamed, backfired, got caught. Overarching energy. Bottom of the deck, underlying energy, controversy, drama, scandal, truth coming out. So somebody got caught doing something, and they're not too happy about it. Oh dear. You know, egg on your face is actually really good for your skin. Something to do with dating, new love options, back on the market, Netflix and chill. So somebody's stepping out, sneaking around, friends with benefits, spending time with someone else. Or that's what they claimed you did, and it was a lie. Make it rain, manifesting abundance, legal matters in your favor, unexpected money, promotion, entrepreneur. You could be not an entrepreneur, they are. This could be a divorce where you're going to get whatever it is that you're going for because somebody was unfaithful. I don't know. It could have been a lot of lies and slander, and you're going to sue. Take it for whatever this is. So somebody's hurting, crying, depressed, pain and sorrow. This is an inferno. Looks like they're behind bars. They could be. Chaos, job loss, everything crumbling. Something to do with pictures, regrets, reminiscing and missing you. You know, regrets is one thing, but when you do crap like this, you out and out know it's not all right. And the danger of being caught is very high. And now you're sorry. That's the way I look at it. This is ridiculous. You can regret all you want, but whatever this is your doing. Whoever did this, if they're listening. Guidance, faith, healing, intuition, and dreams. So you were guided by your dreams, your intuition. You have a great deal of faith. You are healed or healing. You could be a healer. And you're saying, deuces, fed up, cutting ties, walking away. Yep, Empress. You could be an Empress energy, which is divine feminine energy, male or female. We both carry both, right? We carry both male and feminine energies within us. It's ideal to have them balanced out. You could be a male. All this means is that you're artistic and creative. You could be some sort of an artist, okay? A creator of sorts. You could be a philanthropist. You could be a humanitarian. You could be very close to nature. Through your pain, you create new life, whether it's through children or philanthropy and or art, okay? You're very grounded. This is unconditional love as well. Once you pull your energy away from somebody, well, if they were doing you wrong, everything comes crashing down. They can't get back into your energy. You're very protected, by the way. Congratulations. And just to be clear on that, it could be a divine masculine energy, and you could be a female in divine masculine energy, okay? So place the genders where it belongs in your storyline. Let's not get hung up on genders and or signs, because typically, and not always, but typically everyone has every sign in their chart somewhere. It's not always that way, but you know, it depends on the transits. You don't know what other people have in their other placements. You might know their birthday, that's about it. You know, you don't know if you're in your south node, north node. That has a lot to do with it. What's your Chiron? What's your Lilith? What's your fortune. There's different things, okay, about a chart. So I wouldn't rely 100% on the signs. Sure, you might have these signs in your big three, but it's not always like that. So, you know, it's confusing. To me, it's more confusing than anything, you know. Other readers use the signs and great. Okay, I'm not putting them down. They're comfortable with that. For me, it just confuses me more. So I'd rather not do that. And I'm not putting down anybody that does, okay? Obviously, there's a science to it. And by the way, if anybody isn't an astrologer out there, I have a question for you, okay? I'll post it later if I remember. Can somebody have two north nodes? What if you land right smack dab in between two north nodes? How does that work? That's just a question. Something came up in my mind the other day about that. I'd like to know. If anybody knows, please let me know. Put it down in the comments. I appreciate it. Thank you. Where are we going with this? Egg on their face. Thank you, Spirit. Open heart, receptive, empathy, and vulnerable. Keep your heart open. This person might know that you have an open heart. You have a great deal of empathy. They're vulnerable. They don't like being vulnerable. They are right now. Or maybe they want to come back towards you so you can lick their wounds. Play mommy or daddy for them. I don't know. Yeah, rejection. They're telling you what to do. I'm not. Okay. Abandoned, dismissed, irrational fear. They're afraid of rejection. That's why they close their heart up. They're afraid of commitment, maybe marriage promises and fidelity. Maybe you were committed to them in one way or another, or they already are. Perspective, better off, happiness, clear head and space. So you're better off where you are. You got a good perspective of what's going on here. You don't need to go back. They're spying on you. Maybe they're trying to change people's perspectives of you or themselves. Social network, information and ways. There's a realization happening here, epiphanies, understandings, and awakenings. Good. Hopefully they are waking up, or others are waking up to this person's bad behavior. Possibilities, free-spirited adventure, and risks. They're obsessed with you. They're looking at the possibilities that they could get back into your energy, maybe. Infatuation, adoration, addiction. They have addictions, or they want people to adore them. There's a confession here, unveiling. Whatever's been covered up is being uncovered here. Coming clean and messages. They're lusting over you. So they haven't smartened up, okay? Forbidden, non-committal. A sexual energy. One day, someday, somewhere, another time. Nah, not another time. This is broken, okay? They can't look at themselves in the mirror. Maybe they're doing mirror spells on you. I don't know. Whatever this is, it's broken, shattered, heartbroken, and destroyed. It is what it is. When you act like that, you can't blame anybody else. Although I am picking up, this is somebody that is going to be blaming everybody but themselves. Egg on their face, open heart. Where are we going with this? They pick on people that are maybe vulnerable and not afraid to love, that are empathetic. So they can run their rounds, run the gamut here, and then when they're tired of whomever they go to, they can come back. No, it's not going to work that way anymore. Egg on their face, open heart. Where are we going with this? Love triangle. Yeah, you're not an option. Third party, multiple lovers and choices. They don't get the choice, okay? You do. You choose. You're not going to be an option. Somebody wants you back now. Damn. They got rejected by a third party. Good for them. Now they know what it feels like. But in your case, in our case, rejection is God's protection. He was protecting you. Okay? They know they ain't shit. Because you know they ain't shit. Because you're a king or queen rising. Congratulations. Stepping into power, praise, coming up in spotlight. Now they want to come back because of that. It's a clout chaser. Okay? There's no love here. Do you hear love? I don't. Well, other than this, you have an open heart. You dodged major bullets with this person. They're stalking you, or they're trying to dodge bullets. They're stalking you, watching you, and they're obsessed. They're talking shit about you with their groupies. They're a thief, so they stole from you. That's the MO, maybe, okay? Not only their ego, but they're trying to steal energy or money. Fraud, loss, theft, physical or emotional. They want the inside scoop. What are they doing? How much money they have? Closer look, nosy up in your business. And they have no facts. They're a big fat liar. Never has the facts, makes shit up and lies. They could be trying to steal your creativity. Okay? It could be something to do with work as well. Or, like I said, if you're a divine feminine energy, male or female, you're very creative. Really? Okay. So Archangel Uriel just said they're very creative with their friggin' lies. But they're not sticking. Because once you tell one lie, you have to tell many others to cover up the one lie. And they can't keep it straight. And they can't keep it in their pants. So egg on their face, open heart, love triangle. Want to be part of my harem? No. Yeah, theft. It's all about theft. Maybe they got robbed. Maybe they got what they give to others. Seduced and lustful. They haven't changed, okay? And, you know, it's disgusting because a lot of these people, they've lived their youth, I mean, their younger years like this. Maybe they were good looking. Maybe they piled on the makeup. Maybe they were very lustful and offered things that people don't normally get, if you know what I'm saying, to get them into bed. Easy peasy. You know what I mean? But as they get older, a lot of these folks are getting older, middle-aged. Things are falling apart, falling off their bodies. It's not very attractive anymore. People are going for the, you know, they're getting some karma. They have some sort of demonic attachment on them. They're power hungry. They're conceited in their ego. You're a psychic, or they're consulting psychics. Promotion and raise. You must be psychic because you got your downloads. You got guided through this with your intuition. Promotion and raise for you. Maybe they want a promotion or raise. I don't know. Something's faded here. They're backpedaling. So whatever they said about you. Oh, I didn't mean it. Yeah, I called them this, that, and the other. I didn't mean it. Yeah, I was just angry. Yeah, right. It's all greed, okay? They're going to get some time maybe, or this is a long time coming. They've been doing this for a long time. Neglect. They've been neglecting something. They wanted you to be neglected. There's a lot of secrets. I told you, they can't. They start one lie, and they have to keep going with all these other lies. They can't keep track of it. There's a lot of false accusations here. Now they want to apologize. I didn't mean it. They're trolling, and they're hating you. Them and their groupies, okay? Division of property, delusional, dangerous, be careful. They're going to be arrested, okay, for fraud, or they have been. Handsome or beautiful, they're very superficial, very surface. They need outside validation constantly. They're facing homelessness, so they tried to make you homeless. They wanted to humiliate you. It went back on them. They're in debt. They wanted you in debt. They're in debt to the devil, I heard. They're in a great deal of pain. They caused pain. They're under a great deal of pressure. They might be going to rehab, physical, or for substance abuse. They're very toxic and karmic. Inexperienced, okay? This is a show-off. Rival. Maybe they got other people to rival up, go up against you. They're in poor health. They try to affect your health. They're in denial, or they're going to be denied. Okay? They denied an infant or a child. Maybe they have a child somewhere and they deny that child. Or they're very infantile. Okay? There's a mild illness. So there's a refusal. Or if they were doing any kind of spell work, they could have been trying to make a child ill, but it was only mildly. They maybe were wishing for something worse. It's a refusal. God says, no, no, no. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Archangel Uriel. They led a crusade, a hate train up against you. Okay? There's going to be a confession. Something to do with parent and step-parent. There's a confession. They're very ignorant. Ignorant family. This is something to do with family. Your family could be behind this. They feel entitled. The poser and a doppelganger. Somebody who's trying to be you. Something to do with their partner. Okay? You are always 10 steps ahead. You're very psychic, okay? You're listening to your intuition. Keep going for you. Keep going that way. Yeah, you're being supported here. Or they're wanting support from you. You block communication. This was all one-sided, whatever they did towards you or tried to do. They're under surveillance. The cops, they could have accused you of something, and the cops had you under illegal surveillance. This is a con artist, okay? A bunch of them. A know-it-all, okay? A player. Well, I say, thank God you're away from that, okay? You're being protected. Keep your protections up. If they should show up at your door or call or bump into you in public, just know it's a setup. There's a reason behind it. If they claim they've changed, it's just talk, okay? Not that I wouldn't want good people to come back together if there was a breakup. You know what I'm saying, right? Not everybody goes through this, but this person's obviously a oh, so sorry. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. Archangel Uriel blew out the light bulb. Look it up online. I'm not lying. Archangel Uriel announces himself by playing with electricity and electronics, but he also wanted me to stop and confer with him for a second. He also said that whomever you're dealing with, it's lights out. It's lights out. It's time. It's lights out. Egg on their face, open heart, love triangle, and theft. Where are we going with this for the collective, please? So, my apologies. What's the message, please? Where are we going with this? Let me know where we're going, please. Thank you. There could be a child involved that was denied or lost, either through custody or other ways. Somebody's having a hissy fit. They're very immature, insincere, very childish, rejected, abandoned, or that's how they're feeling. They're not sorry for what they've done here, okay? They are not. They're very childish. They could be 60 years old and they're childish. Overarching energy. Yeah, 3 of Wands. You foresaw something. It could be at a distance. You could be at a distance. You're still moving forward. You're not looking back. 3 of Wands is the overarching energy. They were plotting and planning. They could be spying on you, or this is a surveillance. Somebody's under surveillance. They're spying on you. Somebody got curious. They're finding out some information here, learning something. Delayed communication from afar. Page of Swords in the upright. Yeah, so they're finding out somebody lied. Okay, no truth or clarity. Lied about a divine feminine energy. I can't make this up, male or female. Okay? You're single, abundant, independent, self-sufficient, stable, and secure. You could be an entrepreneur. Don't have to be. You're very stable, minding your own business. You're healthy. You're celibate. Maybe they did call you a whore, male or female. You get around, right? No, you don't. You get your downloads right from source right here. Congratulations. Yeah. You're divinely protected. You could be out in the public eye. You could be in your north node. You have divinity here. You're healthy. You're a healer. You're inspirational. This is divine intervention stepping in. Okay? Yeah, their wishes were to do this to you. This is change. You are the Phoenix rising. They might have wanted to take you out for money. They're going to have to let go of that idea here because they wanted your guard to go down. You're not now. They have to let go of this. You let them go. Okay, they wanted maybe to take you out because you let them go. They're angry. They want to hide the fact that you let them go. Sounds like somebody that's got mental illness, okay? They don't want to be alone. They're hiding and cloaking a lot. They're trying to hide and cloak the fact. Something's trying to delay. They're trying to delay justice, okay? I don't know what this means. They've got to take accountability for something. You're reliable, dependable. You're mature and responsible in life. This is your rite of passage or something like this. They were trying to delay something. They need to take accountability for whatever this is. You could have had a committed relationship with this person and they were trying to hide it, or they were in a committed relationship and they were trying to hide it. They want to come back towards you, but they're trying to delay some sort of justice. You getting your justice and or, yeah, this is reckless, careless, and foolish. They took unnecessary risks. They're guilty of sin. Somebody's naive or gullible, or they thought you were, you know, just because you're kind doesn't mean you're weak. That's what they thought, but it's not the truth. It takes a great deal of strength to be kind to unkind people. Yeah, you walked away. You got your justice by walking away. Okay? You went in search of your 9th and 10th cup, because that's the 8 of cups. Your emotional fulfillment and happiness. There's nothing there. You left it behind. They're facing the unknown, and you're facing emotional fulfillment or happiness. There's help here. Yeah, you saw. This person's not in it emotionally. There was a third-party situation. Now they want to come back towards you, or somebody in their life walked away from them and they want your help. They were colluding. They were collaborating with others. They want to work with you. I don't know what this is. The 3 of Pentacles. That means emotionally unavailable. You're facing the unknown. You walked away. Yeah, they were collaborating against you. This is gold diggers, okay? But this is also change, the Wheel of Fortune. Somebody may have wanted your destiny. Ain't going to happen. You're very fortunate. They might think, oh, look at this person. They're lucky. What do they do to get what they get? You're blessed because you do the right things. This is divine timing as well. These are fortune hunters, gold diggers, clout chasers, right? You bossed up and took back your power. Male or female, like I said. You have authority, or somebody else is stepping in. Yeah, devil energy. This could be a father, a baby father. This could be a boss. This could be a leader of some sort. Bound, they wanted to bind you. Devil energy. Obsessions. Addictions. Codependency issues. Something's changed here, okay? Yeah, there's going to be some communication, fast action, and or travel. Typically, the Eight of Wands is good news. It's fast forward motion here. You found your voice. You found whatever this is, okay? You bossed up. Took back your power. Somebody's not happy here. They can't block you. He's communicating. There's a lot of gossip, okay? Three of Cups. There's parting of ways. There will be no reconciling. Somebody's not happy. They're parting ways with their third parties, their cults, covens, secret societies, whatever this is. Somebody's not happy. Oh, well. Yep. They can't move on. They can't escape. They're in trouble. Six of Swords. Or they didn't want you to escape. They're being exposed. They can't block the fact that they're being exposed. This is public humiliation. Or maybe they're on the down low. I don't know. Some are, some aren't. Okay? They exploit the opposite sex. And they're in a same-sex relationship. Yeah, this is not wish fulfillment here. They fell from grace. This could be a distorted masculine here. A fake higher level soulmate, or it could be an actual soulmate that went rogue. There's not many out there. Stop thinking everybody's a divine being. They're not, okay? They didn't want you having wish fulfillment. It's a fall from grace. Somebody was very smug, full of themselves, selfish, and know it on a show off. Maybe you were putting on an act, putting on airs, trying to be you. They were doing stuff in the dark, or maybe the dark web. They got caught doing something they shouldn't be doing. This is not wish fulfillment at all. Somebody has addictions for sure. It has something to do with family discord. Ten of Pentacles. They're going to lose a lot of money, or they stole a lot of money. It could be an inheritance, spiritual inheritance, life insurance. We got that yesterday. Some sort of pension. Yeah. No long-term stability. No long-term relations here. Your ancestors are pissed. Their ancestors are pissed acting like this. They could have went rogue. This could be a higher level soulmate. I don't know. It doesn't have to be. They could have lost their position and got demoted to karmic. You want to be a karmic? You want to act like a karmic? You stay there in Karmicville. Okay? They lost their spiritual inheritance. Maybe they tried to take yours. I don't know, with the third party. Yeah, they're karmic. This is a karmic soul tie, okay? You don't trust them. You don't see eye to eye. Not going anywhere, okay? You'd rather be on your own. They're on their own now. Yeah, you're too strong for them, okay? They thought they could overpower you. Somebody was in their pride and their lust and their ego, wanting power and control over you. There's been no communication. There's bad news. They lied. They threw rocks and hid hands. They're very juvenile. You're too strong for them. You have strength and courage and resilience, integrity, loyalty, and honesty. You have the might of God behind you. They weren't expecting that. They didn't assess a situation. They don't want people, yeah, this is an opportunist. They were throwing rocks and hiding hands. They were getting paid to do so, spreading lies. They're very juvenile, drama starters, okay? Yeah, paying a warlock, or this is a poser, a player, wanting power and control, but they're out of control. They bit off more than they can chew. You're a blessing here, okay? This was their blessing, but they screwed up. This is somebody that's in their ego, very conceited, very arrogant and prideful. It's a follower, not a leader. They have no morals, ethics, or honor. They're a coward, okay? And now they're angry. And they're angry. Heartless and cruel, no love, no self-love, okay? Maybe it's a soulless being. They could definitely stealing and or robbing you of your energy. You gave them beautiful love and they dumped it out. They didn't care. They're not happy. They don't want you having happiness. They don't want you having love. They don't want you having new beginnings or emotional fulfillment or happiness. Yeah, they got caught doing something they shouldn't have been doing. It was heartless and cruel. They love money more than love. And they got caught. They have to come clean. Seven of Swords. They're not getting away with whatever this is, or they don't want you to get away. Well, that's just too bad. A lot of time has gone by. They can't finagle their way out of this. They can't escape this, whatever this is. I just heard, I'm allergic to love. If you know anybody like that, then you know who we're talking about. Yeah, this is the angels here. Angelic realm, possibly. Got them by their pointy tail. You're divinely protected and guided by the angels. You could be an earth angel. You're healthy. You're balanced. You're inspirational. You're a teacher. You alchemize and transmute, no problem. You're very balanced and fair. And they want to reconcile with you because they got a lot of burdens on their backs here. They got a point to prove when it comes to you. Maybe they have an STD. I don't quite see it yet, but maybe they want to prove to the world that they don't have an STD, or you gave them an STD. Yeah, you're standing your ground. You're divinely protected. They're blocked. They wanted you to fight or compete for them. They went out on a limb here, or they're going to. This is somebody that you might come from a small town, or in their group. It's a very small group. They're a big fish in this group. But in terms of the world, they're a peon. They're nothing. Okay? They're an amoeba. The size of nothing. This is ending a cycle here. They got a lot of burdens on their back. They don't want to put this down. They're stubborn. And they're going uphill with these burdens. Good for them. Keep going. They're buckling beneath the weight of it. You healed from all the burdens they placed on your back quite nicely, by the way. Yeah, they're making a head-of-heart decision. This person juggled you or your money. Weighing options, the lesser of two evils, maybe. They're playing games still. Or somebody in their camp was playing games with them. Okay? They're trying to keep something afloat. Maybe their stories, their finances. But you're balanced and in alignment. Yeah. So they're karmic. Maybe the story that they said you're a bad mother if you share a child with them. Said you had addictions, you don't care, you're karmic, you're manipulative, you emotionally manipulate people and blackmail them. You're superficial, shallow, selfish, you don't care who you hurt, or this is their karmic, they went there, who took advantage of them. Yeah, not their child, maybe, they're in debt, they bore false witness against you, or perjured themselves against you, didn't do their homework, didn't want to learn, no new beginnings, didn't take a practical approach. Could be divination abuse as well. Oh boy, Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, they said they bore false witness against you, saying that you're a gold digger and a cloud chaser, you're materialistic and greedy and selfish, you're unfaithful, you're unstable, you'll never amount to anything, you're duplicitous and manipulative and jealous. Oh, they're jealous of us. Nah, it's the other way around. This is, yeah, and that you have multiple options. Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. It's all illusions, okay? Or they got bribed to say this, tempted to say this. Damn. It's illusions, right? Cover up. Confusion. Here you are, Queen of Wands, standing in your power, male or female. You go your own way. If a motherfucker's going to tell you about yourself, you're going to tell them about themselves. You're unafraid, you're confident, you're bold, you're a leader and a creator. They could have said that you were a mistress, but you're not a mistress. You know yourself. And you're divinely protected here, okay? You're bossing up for sure. Yeah, they underestimated you. Something to do with an investment. They're looking at your money, counting your money, trying to harvest from you one way or another. You know your value and your worth. They think they still have an opportunity with you, or maybe they're looking back. Could I? Yeah, you have a new beginning. You took a leap of faith. You have a new beginning. Excitement here. They want a new beginning with you. They're a fool. They're a fool. Okay? They thought you were a fool. They still do. Good for them. See where that's going to get them. Something to do with an investment. You invested in yourself because you know yourself. Took a leap of faith and you going places. Yeah, and you let them go. And you hurt their ego and their pride by doing so well after they did whatever they did to you. And they held a grudge against you. You let them go, right? How dare you let me go? This is embarrassing and disgraceful. They were gaslighting you, playing mind games with you, power plays, okay? You took the high road. You didn't engage. You walked away with your head held high. You let it go. Let it go. Letting it go, letting it go. They can't let it go. They wanted you to fight and compete with them and their posse or their harem. You're not going to do it. Now they're fighting, finger pointing, blaming one another because they're all in trouble somehow, some way. They can't move on, okay? Somebody can't overcome. This is out of control. They don't want to take accountability. It's not going anywhere. Yeah, maybe they got their car repoed or they got into a car accident. They have to go to court. Maybe you have a platform, they're trying to stop you, or they've been stopped by the divine. Congratulations, or an institution. You ain't going anywhere. Yeah, this is devil. Devil energy. Could have been drinking and driving, got into a car accident, or they're bound to a contract or to the devil. They've been stopped. They're not going anywhere. They can't. They can't come near you. Somebody's very, wants control here. Yeah, somebody lied. Male or female, place the genders where it belongs. Okay, they're very jealous, vindictive, vile, spiteful, bitter, and angry. Queen of Swords in reverse. A real bitch, male or female. The truth is coming at you. They're being exposed. Truth and clarity, something to do with a trust fund and or paternity. They're being exposed. This is illumination. You're happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. They're grieving and regretting here. They didn't want everybody knowing that you did so well or you are doing well. They're grieving and regretting. Crying over spilt milk. That you let them go. They can't hold back anymore. They have no protection. They have to let you go. Let something go. Or they're being let go by their posse or their harem, their circle. Six of Cups. In the past, you let them go in the past. This could be children as well. They can't hold back any longer. They're having nostalgic memories of you. This is a love bomber. Somebody had multiple options. They were doing spell work, possibly. I was thinking that earlier. Some of these people that do spell work to get into bed with others, what's that say? They think they're beautiful or handsome or sexy. They're not. If you have to do spell work to get somebody into the sack with you, what's that say? Number one, lazy lover. Who would want that? Yeah, forget it. Okay, it's something to do with your family or kids. Past life soulmate. They blew it, whatever this is. There's a love bomber. They chase you till they get what they want, and then they're gone. There's no follow through with their promises. Just superficial. Wearing a mask, scam artists. Yeah, they're blocked. Sudden departure, sudden arrival. Maybe you left suddenly. I don't know. There's no contingency plans. They're trying to block you from speaking the truth, or you blocked off their magic. If there was magic, they're shit talking. This was unwise counsel. Secrets are coming out. Okay. You blocked them. They want to talk to you. They were doing magic, maybe. Sending spell work. Definitely shit talking. This is a tower. So this is going to happen suddenly. It's going to be quick. It's going to be a redirect for you. This is a betrayal. Maybe their own people's, their own supply, their own whatever betrayed them. Or their own supply knows they're a betrayer. I don't know. This is a harsh and painful end for somebody. It's an end. It's the Ten of Swords. It's over, whatever this is. They're stuck. They wanted to sacrifice you, maybe. They can't overcome this. It's a waste of time. This was, I don't know, fast communication, fast action. It could have been an attack, spiritual or otherwise. Somebody's angry. They want to talk to you quickly. Something to do with a home, a marriage, a business stability, or a twin flame. Yep, lost their place here. This is not successful. They want to put the work in. Judgment's gone against them. Okay, this is karma time. They're now karmic. This is a warlock, non-committal. They broke the law, whether it's spiritual, universal, or 3D, or all of it. They're heartbroken. Okay. They're involved in corruption. Corruption yet again. Greedy, materialistic, selfish, money motivated, a bully, giving and receiving with others, prioritizing with others. They don't want this to end. But it's come back. It's a humongous clapback. This is unfinished business. They got an STD. This was a crime. They tried to give you an STD. This is your family behind it. I knew it. I was picking this up before I ever did this. Okay, this is a crime. This is somebody that tried to impersonate you or forged your signature. They feel entitled. This is a poser. Okay, they're trying to block you. They're contemplating, praying, strategizing, healing. Maybe they're resting their heels in the jail cell right now. But you're healed. You're at peace. They're dreaming about you. Or maybe they're trying to get, I don't know, Archangel Michael or the archangels are protecting you here. There's two people here. This is, could be you, could be anybody. Could be male or female. Emotionally very intuitive here. King of Cups and the King of Swords. This is somebody with authority. Speaking the truth. They know the truth. Could be law and order. Could be doctor. Could be anything. Not happy. They were scapegoating you, blocked. They're acting like the victim. I'm the victim. They infected me. Nah. They don't see what's coming. They're scared here, okay? They're scared. You're highly intuitive. Yep, you're divinely protected and guided. Blocked emotions, blocked. They try to block your intuition. Yeah. They want to come back in from out of the cold. That's not going to happen. This person's not sorry, okay? They're afraid of rejection, right? Nine of Swords. Yeah, they're afraid here. This is the worst that's happened. They're afraid. So they're doing magic on you, or trying to. Or they did magic on everybody to get into your energy, to remove all obstacles. Ain't going to happen. They could be in jail too because of fraud and manipulation. They want to be let out. That's not going to happen. You don't care. When people treat you like this, you don't care. You are free. They want to be free. They're not going to be free. Egg on their face. Okay? Ashamed, backfired, got caught. Open heart. Controversy, drama, scandal, truth coming out. You're a loving person. You did nothing wrong, but whoever this is played you, targeted you. Maybe your family's behind it for this inheritance, right? Put you in a love triangle, sent you this love bomber to destabilize you. Love triangle, third party, multiple lovers and choices. They want to get paid. They didn't finish the job. They didn't take you out. That's what I just heard. So they started some sort of bullshit. Rejection, abandoned, dismissed, irrational fear. Now they want you back. Yeah. Seduce and lustfuls. They're sending you love spells. Okay. Come to me spells. They haven't changed. Okay. That they wanted to. Yes, theft. It's fraud. Whatever they were doing is all to gain something from you. And it's not going to happen. What say you, Archangel Uriel? He says no. Absolutely not. There we go. Where are we going with this, please? What's the final message for the collective with this reading? What would you like them to know about this person, situation, persons involved? 10. Karma. Reversal of fortune, change of direction. Maybe they tried to steal your destiny. Maybe they knew they were your higher level soulmate, and they looked at the karmic because the karmic was easy to get along with, to bamboozle, and they thought, you know what? Maybe I'll elect them my higher level soulmate, and give them the destiny and the emotion, the spiritual inheritance. It doesn't work that way. The spiritual inheritance is always attached to the divine feminine energy, bonehead, because boneheads do this. The divine knows that. I hate to say it, males, and not all males, I'm not generalizing, are more easily tempted sexually than females. Why, I think, is because females, there's consequences. You can get pregnant. You want to be pregnant for the rest of your adult life until you have, you run out of eggs? I don't think so. You want a house full of kids, and some do, some don't. But different fathers? Nah, I don't think so. Do you understand what I'm saying? So 13, it's over. You are the Phoenix rising. They wanted you gone, possibly, or maybe they're going. This has ended. This is change. 22, you're on path. You're on your north node or getting there. Especially if you're on your north node. There's nothing they can do against you. 33, maybe they're part of a secret society and this was part of their initiation. They're sinking fast, okay? Instead of rising, they've descended. They've been demoted down to karmic. I can't make this up. 10. The Ivory Maiden. Obstacles, challenges, feeling unsupported. You're feeling lost and lacking direction. It may seem that whichever way you turn, there are obstacles blocking your path. Be assured this is just a phase and it will pass like everything else. So they try to block you every area of your life. It's only temporary, okay? Everything's temporary in this world. It's all in how you deal with it and how you absorb it. Are you going to let it turn you negative, or are you going to still remain with an open heart? I get it now. So there's a feeling of hopelessness as you only see negative outcomes in current situations, but somewhere around you there is a glimpse of light. Don't allow time to pass too quickly before you make an important decision about what to do next, as something has to change and only you can do this. When we are overburdened by life's obstacles, the feeling of being unsupported may be overwhelming, especially if they're looking for outside validation constantly, right? But rest assured, there's a greater universal energy which will help to guide you. All you have to do is ask. So the angels are here. So this person, they're not going to get out of it. They're not going to get away with it. They're going to have to answer for it, okay? But to do this the right way, proper way, turn to the angels, turn to God. They'll guide you. It's over, though, whatever this is. Okay? They're going to have to tell the whole truth and nothing but. Through the woods, change, new path, decisions. You may feel that you have been pushed into a situation that you can no longer... Pardon me, let me try this again. Mercury retrograde. You may feel that you have been pushed into a situation that you no longer wish to be in. Changing your path and looking for better options should not make you feel guilty. Follow your heart. It may take a certain amount of bravery and courage to make the changes you desire, but now is the time to look at your options. This might not even be this person that's making these changes. It could be somebody in the equation, okay? Like the third party. Maybe they woke up one day and said, you know what? Screw you, I'm out. And I call them the third party because I don't really know who it is, okay? It could be love, friend, it could be work, I don't know. Now's the time to look at your options. If you feel you're running away from a situation, don't be afraid to question the motives of those around you who may expect a different outcome. Remember, this is your life to live as you choose. You have the power to do and be whatever you want. If your gut feeling is telling you something's not right, then now is the time to make the changes for the better. You have the power to make the right choices. Time to make decisions. I just heard you want to mitigate your punishments. So this could be a legal situation. They're going to have to tell the truth to mitigate their part in it, okay? 22, prisoner of mourning. So, yeah, they're going to jail or they're already in jail. Disappointment, lethargy, lost love. You have given your emotional energy to another and may now be feeling let down, disappointed, and vulnerable. There's confusion around you as to where things went wrong. As when you fall in love, you love completely and put your all into a relationship. So other people got taken in, okay? This could be you as well. Be assured that the issue is not with you. The timing for this union was not right, and someone better will come into your life, and the anger and hurt you feel now will seem a million miles away. So if you so choose to go into another relationship, keep your heart open. Even if you do or not get into a new relationship, there is somebody around the bend that's coming, okay? Usually they'll send you a false twin, the catalyst, and or, you know, Stinky does that. He doesn't want you getting together with a past life soulmate that will raise the vibrations, right? So take it for whatever this is. It might be a past life soulmate. It might be whatever you want to call it. I don't go there anymore because, you know what, not everybody's a divine being. I hate to tell you, this world is full of non-divine beings. Okay? Just a few. Just a few. Everybody's not chosen. And a lot of the chosen don't answer the call. So we have to be real. We are human beings here. You got to start acting like it. Love will soon come into your life again, and any negative feelings you now hold will disappear. The tide is about to turn for you. You may not know at this stage what you need, but you certainly know what you no longer require. Your vulnerability at this time is understandable, but do not let negative experiences hold you back. Remind yourself that you are a beautiful soul and you deserve better. Before I started this reading, I was talking to Spirit. And I agree, okay? All human life is precious. We are all God's children, whether you want to admit it or not, or believe it or not. Our souls are precious. It is the ultimate gift He's given us. And some people are down here wasting it, throwing it away for temporary pleasures that don't last and don't mean anything at the end of the day. Right? Look how hard a player will chase you down until they get you in the sack. A couple of thrusts and it's over with, and it's disappointing, and then it's over. It was the thrill of the chase they were after. Conquest. Because they need that for some reason. They're not grown up inside. I don't know. They're immature. Then they move on to the next person. Is it worth it? I don't think so. I don't know. You might not like what I'm saying, but that's my opinion. You could argue with me, just like some people out there like to argue with the memes I post. Everybody understands the meaning behind the memes, but they have to add more to it or take away from it. Obviously, they're not getting the message then. Their mouth is open, their ears are closed. But that's their problem, it's not mine. Make a fool of yourself, okay? I don't care. Where are we going with this, please, angels? What's the final verdict on this reading? Hey, geez, Louise, get back here. King of Swords, law and order, Could be the archangel stepping in. Louis, justice is here. Could be doctors as well. So there's something to do with an STD. They accuse you they could have doctored false medical reports, or they stole your reports or something. The exalted God, Lauia. Victory, grants victory and protection from lightning. Electricity. Oh, you're funny, Uriel. Four of Cups, holding back, greedy, selfish, trying to protect themselves. You're stable and secure. They can't. Somebody's closed off, maybe. Keep your heart open. Melahel, 23, a higher powers involved, or this is an institution, a marriage, and or the divine stepping in. It's a belief system, maybe. A contract, I don't know. The God deflecting evil, healing capacity, protection from weapons, safety, and travel. You've been protected, okay? This is a fool. Wearing a long Pinocchio nose, playing Cupid, yeah, chasing after snakes. That's all they got going for them. That's sad. They can't hold a conversation. They can't interest people with their hobbies, with their work, with their accomplishments in life. It's just sex. Wow. Somebody could have a big bulbous nose or getting some bumps on their nose. Ooh. Vehuya, the fool, 1. This is conscious awareness, manipulative. They're doing spell work on you. You're protected. The exalting God, will and new beginnings, assists with difficult and great undertakings. They targeted you, or they're targeting others. I don't know. The lovers, yeah, this higher level soulmate, you're not my soulmate. You're a karmic, you've been demoted. Yep, poor decisions, they're getting some consequences here. False contract, all one-sided, like I said earlier. Joy of God, Haniel. Joy and pleasure brings happiness to couples and removes negative energy. So you're going towards a higher level soulmate, maybe a new beginning, taking a practical approach. You're taking a leap of faith. This is new and exciting here. It's okay to be vulnerable. We're human after all. We all are vulnerable somewhere in our lives, okay? And if you deny that, no, I'm good. Nothing scares me. You know what I mean? I'm not vulnerable. It's good to be vulnerable. That means that you trust that person enough to open up. Yeah, Ace of Cups. This is true love, new love, self-love coming in. New beginnings. This is a blessing from the divine. Nithael, 54. Going within, doing that soul work. You elevated, right? You have a direct connection with Source. You're very wise. You stay alone until you find that special someone. There could be an investigation as well. They don't want to be alone. So they're willing to just give it up to anybody and play house with anybody. But nah, stay alone until that special one comes along. God, the King of Heaven, rejuvenation, obtains the mercy of God and gives long life. Congratulations. Queen of Wands, you've been shielded. You're staying in your power, okay? They could have called you a hoe. They were. They could have done magic against you and claimed you did it. Nah, it was them. They're jealous. They're angry. They're abusive. They want power and control. They use sex to get their way. You've been shielded, okay? Elamia, 4. You took back your power. You bossed up. You have authority, spiritual, 3D, or both. You make the right decisions here, or this is your true partner coming in. This is true love, okay? The hidden God, divine power, guards against mental troubles. Congratulations. 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment. I can't make that up. God, the kindest giver, 68. You're protected by by the angels. You are divinely protected. That's what I meant to say. You could be an earth angel. You're very healthy, balanced. A teacher, maybe. You transmute and alchemize. They're protecting you. Okay, I get that feeling. The God, the kindest giver, healing, preserves health, and cures diseases. So they were protecting your health here. Judgment. They're under divine judgment. There's a judgment. This is awareness. Imamia, 52. Wow, they've been stopped here. God hidden in darkness. He saw all, heard all, and knows all. Atonement of errors destroys the power of enemies and humiliates them. They are being humiliated. Okay, congratulations. They wanted to humiliate you. They wanted to disgrace you. This could be your family behind it too. There's obviously money involved. Yeah, heal. There is a virtue in solitude. I'm telling you, be on your own. Do that healing work. Learn to love yourself in your life. Concentrate on you, and that one person that is meant for you, equally yoked, will come around, okay? Both of you need to do it, though. There's a virtue in solitude. Ayahel wants you to get some alone time today. Mihiel, do your best to do some writing. If you're not a writer, record your thoughts and ideas. Get a journal, okay? Could be a writer, I don't know. Write down your thoughts and feelings. Get them out. Ayazalel, can't pronounce it. Is there someone you've been quarreling with? It is time to let go and move on. Manakal, contain your anger today and don't get worked up. It's not a big deal anyway. So somebody's trying to get some energy out of you, make you angry, poke and prod you, you know. Reactive abuse, don't fall for it. I can't pronounce this. Yal. Business, finances, and career should be your focuses today. You may plan a trip without fear. Congratulations, last one. Mumia. All things must come to an end. And we saw that death card, right? Phoenix. This ending will be a good one. So time is up for this fool or these fools that were doing this to you. Okay, they're going to get some time. It's lights out. Chavakia. Is there anyone you've offended? Reach out and try to rekindle the relationship. So these people that know about it now, that get the truth, they might want to contact you and apologize for continuing this gossip about you, this slander, because they don't want to be sued. They might get, this could be a hate train. We did see that earlier. This might be a hate crime. They don't want to be arrested, don't want to be culpable. I don't know. So their best. The best thing to do is to be truthful and honest and apologize and hopefully be remorseful, because you will know. You are very intuitive and the angels are around you, okay? You get intel right from them. If they're not honest and not remorseful, you'll know, okay? If these people don't want to change their ways and they just want to get their ass out of trouble, you'll know. And let whatever happens, happens. If they're not altruistic, okay? But this game stops here. This infant or this childish jumping on bandwagons and hate trains and trying to destroy people's worlds financially, characters, their families, trying to steal, defraud. It ends here. I got goosebumps when I say that, but it's the truth, okay? Because it's all backing up onto them. The angels are making sure of it. Thank you. Yes, I know. They are making sure of it. Okay? And this is what these people are going to have at the end of the day all over their faces. Their skin might be soft, but the truth will be out. So congratulations. I hope you like the reading. Until next time, take care.